Hi guys, alright, today I am going to tell you something crazy. I'm probably the only person crazy enough to make this kind of a statement. So, check this out. Alright, so if you aren't getting enough leads or calls on the day-to-day, more than likely the problem is your Google listing sucks or is non-existent. Or your website also sucks and is non-existent, meaning they aren't getting any organic show. So what I'm going to do is I have a lot of software and tools that I use, and I'm going to show you a little bit of it here, a little behind the scenes, kind of how I operate. But I use a lot of different tools and software to help out with that. And again, this is for your local people. This is if you're not getting a lot of local calls, local business volume. Now, when it comes to title companies and attorneys, well, that's different. The marketing approach for that is different entirely. So that's not the scope of this video. But what I'm going to do, what I'm going to offer you to do is you can, I'll put a link down where you can email me. Obviously, you can send me a direct email. I'll put that in the description, and you can get on my calendar. What I'll do is I'll audit if you have a Google listing or a website, we'll audit that for free. I'll give you a free report. This is something that I don't really offer to people. I don't really even like doing a lot of this, but I'm pretty much an expert at it, and do this for businesses. I do this usually for businesses that I can charge a lot for, but I can give you the audit and the report for free, and then maybe from there we can discuss how I can help you out with that, because I don't think you can really afford my fees as far as they go for optimization, but but nevertheless, I can show you where there might be some opportunities for improvement in your listings. So check this out. Let me show you what I got, show you what I work with, and show you what I know. Which is pretty important for ranking websites, especially if they're kind of poor quality websites. So it's just a tool I use. So that's one service I can offer. If your site is very weak with backlinks, I can build it up, throw some backlinks on it. I'll show you that in a minute, and probably do that pretty reasonably. But so with building out your website to get traffic, that's one thing that you need to do. And the other thing is writing blogs. So here's a report that I ran, and this is just theoretical. This is just a hypothetical one I ran for somebody that shows kind of what they might need. And theirs, actually, to be fair, it looks pretty good for the most part. Their audit came back pretty good, and I just picked one out of the blue. There were still areas for improvement even in this, though. When I went through it, like their social media analysis, you should have some YouTube automation videos up, at least one or two, because those will help your overall presence. So those are important. Now, I didn't do a website analysis on here. I really didn't go through it and see, do like a backlink analysis or anything. I just did the Google listing. But this is what it would happen is if I did a report for you, I'd run one through this program I use called Lead Gorilla, and would tell you what you're lacking. So blogs. So despite probably what you might have heard or might think that you can just use AI or Chat GPT to write blogs, it doesn't really work like that. See, if you really want a blog to rank, it needs to have at least 1,500 words, and there needs to be some interlinking structure to it. So it's not just as simple as having AI write a blog. And so how do I know that? What helps me to say anything like that? Well, let me just qualify that. So here is a site called feedspot.com, and they previewed the top 50 notary blogs, which you can expect are people that you may have heard of: American Society of Notaries, Notary Stars, 123 Notaries, all the big players. Number, just to spare you the suspense, number 15 out of the 50, the top 50 blogs, was us at number 15. Now, to be perfectly fair, this site, I actually don't have any blogs on it since December, because I took those and I pollinated those over to our directory. I took some of my better and most recent blogs and I put them over here on the directory. Why? Because I want the directory to get ranking and get traffic for the people who are on the directory, so they can get it will aid in their own lead generation and their own discovery because I write blogs about common things that people are looking up and Googling. So I took some of those. So to be fair, I probably would have been in the top five if I hadn't taken those off my legal doc site and brought them over to the Noble Legal Pro directory. But people have directory listings and they should be getting what they're paying for. So they should have a site that does rank and does have some juice to it, some quality to it. But just to qualify my statement. So that's why I'm qualifying what I'm saying. No, you can't just write a blog and expect to get anything out of it. First of all, those machines don't even write, they won't even write a blog that's 1,500 words. So, which is what you need. And then there's keyword density. There's just more to it than that, is my point. So it's not as simple as that. Some people are a little too dismissive. So let me show you a couple of things. And again, let me just qualify some of what I'm saying. This is Search Console. This is how you do site inspection, and you can manually request your site to be crawled by Google. I do this with all my sites. I do a URL inspection. So these are a bunch of landing pages that I have created, different landing pages, just one page landing pages with opt-ins. All right. This is the directory that I built. Okay. Which does rank. And then, of course, there's actually real people who are directory members. And this is our main site here. This is my main website, Legal Doc Prep Notary. This is our what I would refer to as our local business. And which, of course, this is the blog that they were talking about, which I just put a couple of recent ones up here, how to become a mobile notary signing agent business owner. And getting your power of attorney notarized, because we, of course, notarize and prepare powers of attorney. So I want that search traffic coming to me. But so this is my main site, Legal Prep Notary. And then we also have ladybird.net, which also has a blog. I have two blogs on this site as well, which are kind of hidden. It's kind of in the background. This is more like a landing page. But to get juice out of this site, I have a blog on enhanced life estate deeds also on here. So to get traffic to that. So that's just an example. I'm just showing you, just kind of again qualifying why would you listen to me? Now I have numerous websites and they all rank first page in Google for a whole series of different long chain keywords in different cities. For example, this one right here is FloridaNotaryServices.org, and these are all programmatic SEO landing pages for all these towns. And then this is not the only one that I have. I will show you other ones. I ideally like to have multiple listings show up on the first page of Google. So if three of the top choice listings on Google are mine, the odds greatly go up that I'm getting the call and getting the lead. So that's why I'm able to say I can offer the kind of service that I offer because I know what I'm doing with this stuff. I've been doing this for a while and figured out some stuff here. Yet again, another site, and this one also blogs, and then here legal document preparation and all these different towns, and these all show up first page on Google. If you were Googling legal document preparation in Northport, we're going to be there. Okay, this is going to be on there, and not just this, but another site and maybe even another site. I'll show you one more example here. If we go in, I do the same thing in Kajabi because Kajabi gives me unlimited landing pages. So I go in here and if we look, I've got website in here. So my point is that I know what I'm doing as far as building pages and getting the pages to rank and to be searched and the content, the proper amount of content to be on them. So I can give you advice, and it's going to be, these are all landing pages here. Again, all different landing pages that these are all, you could pull one up and look at it if you want. We'll just pull up this one and you can see what it looks like. Just kind of a general notary and legal service page that is designed to land on Palm Coast. So this is what I do. This is how we built up, one of the ways that we built up our business. Now, One of the things I talked about was obviously your Google listing, your Google Maps listing. So if you've got one and you want me to run you a free report, just like I said, message me, send me an email, or I'll put the link at my calendar link, which is for strategy calls or discovery calls, and we can just talk about it, and we can look at your Google listing, and I'll run the report. I'll email it over to you and see what you need to do. So, like here, these are your map listings here, your map pins, which is your Google business profile. And I hope usually other businesses like doctors and lawyers get theirs to rank if they aren't doing very well. Um, Usually by word of mouth. So I'm not really doing the cold outreach to anybody. I don't really care to do that at all. But I do it so I can. Obviously, I could do this for notaries too. And if I was going to help you out with that, we'd have come to some kind of arrangement that was amicable, I suppose. But the goal is to get up the top of this, and you do that by optimizing your listing, which again, I got the software and the tools to do that. Let me show you like the backlinking, and this is why a lot of notary websites are basically non-existent. So, for example, I just searched notary near me, and of course, it's going to pull me up because I'm here and it knows where I am. But um, if we search notary near me, you're going to have all these different other sites in here um, that are, nearby, or in this case, like right here, I just saw one. This is a paid one, sponsored. Quill Mobile Notary is paying for an ad. Well, let's just see what Quill looks like, okay? Without their paid spot, because I don't really pay for much. I've figured a lot of workarounds for that. So when I do, it's very well directed. It's very targeted. But so one thing I use to size these up, I use Ahrefs. And this is a backlink checker. I'm on the free version right now. You can also use something called the Moz toolbar, which is a browser extension that you can install, which I have right there. All right, so Quill pulled up. Let's get their link. Here's Quill Notary, and we're going to run a check on them. We're going to check their domain authority and their backlinks, like how many. So look at this. They've got one backlink and a domain authority of 0, which is why Quill is paying for search, because nobody knows that Quill Mobile Notary exists otherwise. So that is what a lot of sites fall into. And again, I have software and systems that can build that up. So let me just show you, since you can see, so you can see that I walk my talk. Okay, I literally practice anything I teach and preach. I'm practicing what I preach. So let's look up legal.prep notary. This, of course, is my main site. Ahrefs is being a little slow. So it has a whopping domain authority of 33,000 backlinks, okay? 842 referring domains, okay? If I build a landing page or an additional page on that site that is long chain keyworded, it is always going to show up on the first page of Google. Always show up, okay? The blogs that I write are very, very targeted. They're very specific. And they are they have I write blogs that have a demand to them. I can write a blog for you if you wanted me to, that you could put on your website. I'm probably going to charge quite a bit for that, because writing blogs is tedious. All right, so ladybird.net, another site that I run. Boom, domain rating of 22, 4.6 thousand backlinks, 707 referring domains. Okay, powerful website. What about the directory that I'm always telling everybody you should get on this Noble Legal Pros, right? Which I've done videos on this before where we've sized them up and compared them to other, what we'll call lesser directories. And take a look. This is why this is why your listing can rank in Google on the directory because of this. A domain rating of 60. It is the highest domain rating directory in this space, period. 318 backlinks and counting, 35 referring websites. So again, you get websites referring to you by writing good blog content. You can also use different software. So if you'd like me to audit your Google listing, like I said, reach out, schedule a strategy call, or send me an email, and I'll run a report on it and email it back to you. There's no pressure. I'll just do that, and you can kind of
know what you're up against. If you want me to juice up your website with some backlinks, again, we'll come up with something. We'll kind of find out what your goal is and get you set up so that you can get organic exposure. It's way cheaper this way than it is pay per click, and it stays up forever. So that's what I like about that. If you need help setting up the Google Search Console to get your site inspected by Google, I could probably help you with that as well. Or you could just be like Quill and pay for ads, and your regular website not really get noticed. So, if you want to blog, I can help you out with that too. Again, I have tools, all these different tools that I use for every aspect of digital marketing, and that's all it is. It's about having the right resources and having the know-how. So, that's what this is about. Again, I'm going to offer you a free audit of either your website if you want, or your Google listing, which is probably even more important for local, uh, and make sure that it's fully optimized. All right, take